Have you been struggling to buy a home? I'm going to share with you some tips on how to win in this seller's market. Stay tuned. My name is Gouveia, your local Calgary realtor with Royal LePage Benchmark. Now let's get started. Tip number one is going to be stay informed and act quickly. Not only do I set my clients up with a portal search for new properties coming to the market, but I connect myself to that search so that myself and my clients can be on the same page. When a new listing comes onto the market, it will come to us first before it hits the internet. And then we can discuss it quickly. We can try to view that property quickly and diagnose from there. By staying informed and acting quickly, this will help weed out the bad properties from the potential good properties. And tip number two is we may want to consider homes that have been on the market longer. There is a reason for that. That typical reason could be that maybe that seller just tried to stretch with their list price. And as it sits on the market, what can happen is it can create a mental stigma in lots of buyers' minds. People wonder why this property hasn't sold, what's wrong with it. These are the conversations I have all the time with my clients. And when pursuing a home that's been longer on the market, there's a better chance to negotiate and get a better purchase price established for you as the buyer. Tip number three is we want to make sure that we are embracing online and virtual tools. It is so important in this day and age of technology to stay up to date with some of the new software that could be out when talking about making the biggest purchase in your life. So when a client gets a new property sent to them directly from my portal, if they're sitting at their desk at work and they can't leave work to view that property, I have some of the software and the abilities to get there virtually and provide them with everything that they need. And as I view the properties and as I get to know each client, I know their biggest needs and wants. So I can pretty much walk into a property and see if this property could be a potential fit for my client or not. And tip number four, we may want to consider putting a backup offer on a property that has an offer already currently on it. Now, I've mentioned this before in other videos, but I'll repeat it again here and say that there is a term that I like to offer to my clients as an option to include in that backup offer. And what this term states is that if this backup offer is accepted by the current seller, it allows my buyers to then continue to look at new properties on the market. And if my buyer client gets a conditional offer accepted on a new property, it then voids this backup offer. And by doing that, it secures the new property for them. So there's a bit of flexibility there. They can secure the backup position on the house they sort of liked, and then they can still continue to view new properties on the market. And if some golden gem pops up, they can pursue it without any worries. And finally, tip number five is don't overstretch your budget. It is so important that when we're in the heat of the moment, there could be competing offers. You found a property that you love and you know your limit and you don't want to exceed that limit. You don't want to regret purchasing at too high of a price where you couldn't get that return on investment if you needed to sell in the future, and you don't want it to affect your lifestyle in a negative way. I believe it's important to stick to a budget, monitor the market, make sure that you're making a good and educated decision before committing. These were just 5 simple tips that I provide for my clients when talking about winning in a competing market. Once again, my name is Gouveia, your local Calgary realtor with Royal LePage Benchmark. If you'd like to discuss any more tips on how to win in this seller's market, reach out below.